The stakes are high and needs are more complex when running an established consumer products brand. You've got mounting pressures across multi-channel sales, complex supply chains, inventory across multiple warehouses, and leadership needs fast, accurate data to make decisions. That's why leading brands partner with Baker Tilly, an accounting firm that specializes in the consumer product space. Their team understands the unique challenges of scaling product-based businesses, whether it's navigating transactions confidently, sales tax compliance, integrating ERP systems like NetSuite, or predictive analytics. Baker Tilly delivers. Discover how Baker Tilly's industry-focused services can help elevate your business. Visit bakertilly.com.
So you're talking about being a mom.
Yeah.
Got 2 kids. Tell the ages are 8 months. Is that right?
A 2-year-old and a 9-month-old.
Oh,
yes, a 2 before 2. Kind of crazy.
Does the 9-month-old sleep through the night?
He just started sleeping through the night. Oh my gosh.
So your life totally changed.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The bags are gone.
They're gone.
Finally.
That's
oh my
good.
gosh.
That's good news.
Yeah.
And Steve, do you have kids?
I do. I've got 4.
4 kids.
Yeah. So ranging from 12 down to 5. So
oh my goodness.
older than yours, but yeah, we're out of the potty training stages and all that stuff, which is awesome. It's a game changer once you get there.
I'm exiting that stage, I think, this next year. So I've got 7 kids.
You have 7 kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
From 15 down to 1.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, man. And I think the last time I just went to the grocery store, I'm pretty confident I bought the last thing of formula, but I'm not quite sure because my wife sends me a text. She's like, buy formula. And then 10 seconds later, she's like, actually don't. We're just going to do protein. And no, actually get the formula. So I know we're teetering right on the edge there. So I'll let you know if I'm done. Like, I should have bought stock in that company like right before I started having kids.
Seriously, right?
It's been
it has
crazy.
been crazy.
Like, we're calculating the number of diapers we've changed through the years. And it's something ridiculous. It's like 30,000 or something ridiculous.
It's got to be tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Of that.
I'm like, holy cow, you kids owe me so much when you get older.
Yeah. Being a parent is just a full-time job in itself. Oh my
So
gosh.
what are the kids' names and interest
so
in any early? Do you take them to Thanksgiving Point? What do you like to do?
So my first, her name is Nora, and my second, his name is Luca. And you'll laugh. I don't know if you've seen my TikTok, but a weird hobby of mine is I enjoy dancing on my countertops.
Oh, wow.
It's so funny.
So that's how they know you. They know you.
Yes.
They'll know you as
they know me as
the human that dances on the countertop.
Yes.
But they won't know that you're going to be like, you're going to, eventually they're going to grow up and they'll be like, oh, my mom's kind of a big deal and she's a reality TV star. And she's got
here she
millions
is just
of
dancing on her
followers.
countertops.
But I'm pretty sure I know her as the person that dances on the countertops.
No, seriously.
That
yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, I literally just started dancing for fun, more just to like get out of like the postpartum stage and have something fun to do, especially with them. And yeah, it just turned into this big thing.
I've seen some of the videos and the kids are kind of into it. They kind of
they love it.
They like the dancing.
They love it. In fact, it's
like,
their
just
favorite.
like bopping around a little bit.
Favorite part of the day. I'm not kidding. It's my favorite part of the day, and it's.
So
fun.
are you from Utah?
So I'm originally from California.
What part?
Northern California, so like
NorCal.
Napa area.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you have one of those NorCal stickers or whatever it is?
I didn't. So I moved here during high school, and so I feel like
Before the sticker phase.
yes, before the stickers. Yeah, before all of that.
And how about you, Steve? Are you from Utah?
Yeah, I am.
You're
From Utah
Heber,
originally,
right?
Heber Valley.
the gorgeous part of Utah.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Love
So-
getting up there whenever I can.
So before we jump in and start talking about the world, TikTok, and Jennifer, tell the audience a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, so for me, have been in business, have my career going for a little over 20 years now. The last 10 or so at executives at a few different companies, mostly doing marketing and digital.
Yeah.
And now I consult brands on their marketing and digital strategies and have been doing that for the last almost 2 years. I also serve on the Utah Business Advisory Board.
Really cool.
And that's really cool, being able to be a part of telling the business stories, the really interesting business stories in
yeah.
the state of Utah,
Yeah.
building connections between different industries, and having spent most of my career here in Utah, it hasn't been exclusively here. I've done some stints overseas, spent a few years in Tokyo, Japan, and then also in Singapore, about 5 years in Asia altogether. And so passionate about international business as well. Love Asia, and became really familiar with TikTok actually in my time over there before it really grabbed hold of as such a huge craze here in the States. And so excited to talk TikTok today and everything about that.
Well, that's really cool, and I appreciate you coming on and co-hosting. It's honestly super fun to get to know all the different co-hosts as much as it is the guests, because the co-hosts are just like crazy legit, and it's like, you know, and the amount of experience that they bring to the table, the conversation is always really fun. So I want to dig a little bit more into TikTok and Instagram, but you come out of a history of videography, is that right?
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Yeah, so I never initially planned on being an influencer or doing content creation. That was never my plan.
Yeah.
In fact, before I even started my videography business, I was actually in school, and I was just really trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I just was so confused. I'm like, there's nothing really I'm like passionate about, and school was just never my thing, but I was always so passionate about creating videos. It's just something I did my whole life.
For like lifestyle content for brands, or
no,
what was it mostly for?
For just like weddings.
Oh,
and
for weddings.
Yeah,
okay.
for anything really.
Yeah.
And it wasn't till my husband committed to medical school that I really had to commit to like a job or a career, because I was committing to providing for us.
That's
and
right.
so I started my videography business and really just honed in on that. And out of nowhere, I got pregnant, and I was like, oh shoot, like how am I going to do this business or continue with this business and also take care of this baby?
That's right.
While supporting my husband.
Yeah, and I'm the breadwinner. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I really was just like, well, I guess I just better I don't know.
Figure something out.
Yes,
that's
and
more
so,
sustainable.
and so I just started posting on TikTok more for fun and just more to just get my my creativity out.
Yeah.
And I randomly posted a video of my pregnancy journey, and it just
no way.
blew up out of nowhere. It got like 9 million views. I gained 60,000 followers in like a month.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, out of nowhere. And I just had my baby, and I still had my videography business, so I was like, well, I guess I just...
Maybe something else just opened up.
Yes. And so I just started doing it for fun, and about a year ago, I quit doing videography and just...
It kind of reminds me of like the Rachel Parcells journey. It was just, it was all about, I believe, and I might have this wrong, but it's, filming her beautiful wedding. I mean, in lifestyle images. And then one thing leads to another, and then she's got her own Nordstrom's brand. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
No.
Just kind of filming your life a little bit, and then all of a sudden something sparks, and you've got a lot of people kind of interested in, okay, what are you doing here?
Oh yeah.
That
Until this day, I'm like, why do people follow me? I'm dancing on my countertops. Like, people love it, and it's so crazy. And now I'm doing other things that I can't really talk about too much, but it's crazy how like one thing led to
another
all
thing
of
and
this.
another thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. We chat all the time with the big CEOs of the big brands, and how a lot of just how much social media and influencers in general has played a massive role the last 6-7 years with retail brands. I imagine going into your inbox, into your DMs on either TikTok or Instagram, you probably have brands that reach out to you all day, every day.
Oh yeah.
And the question is like, how do you know who to respond to? I mean, how do you even have time to respond? And you're still probably fleshing out your brand of who you're going to be long term. So tell me about that whole journey.
Yeah, it definitely really comes down to your needs as well as your niche and what makes sense for both you and the business. But I do have to admit, when I first started doing social media, I remember this dark chocolate company reached out to me, and they said, hey, we'll pay you $200 to talk about our product. And I could not believe it.
You're like, blow my mind, $200.
No, I was literally like,
What?
What?
Yeah.
You're gonna pay me $200 to talk? Yes, I'll talk about it.
Yep,
Oh my gosh.
that's right.
And so yeah, since then I've worked with like a lot of brands, and after a few years of experience, I've realized that you can't work with every brand, even if
Yeah.
they're paying you money, because it doesn't benefit you.
It dilutes you.
Yes, 100% dilutes your brand.
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to prioritizing your brand and as well as their brand, and yeah, making that a priority, because yeah, again, if you work with every brand, it does dilute you. And
It seems almost like influencers also have to like have a double life as like almost like a researcher.
oh yeah,
Because you'd have to know a lot about every brand, because it ultimately those decisions are going to set you on one specific track, and you're going to lose followers if they don't feel like you're organic and being real with what type of products you actually endorse.
100%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are some of the brands that you've worked with in the past?
I've worked with a lot. That's the thing.
Who are
is
who are some of your favorites that you've worked with?
I would probably say, let me think. Definitely any of the health.
Health, beauty, wellness,
Yes. And
motherhood
yes.
brands. Those are kind of your biggest niches.
Yes, 100%. So anything that involves that. I mean,
How does an influencer typically set the rate for a post or like an unpackaging of products? Is there like a in digital, and you can speak to this side, is that the cost per 1,000 or cost per million it clicks or whatever the deal is? Well, how does an influencer typically set their rate depending on how many followers? Is there like any sort of like formula behind that, or is it?
I'll be honest. It's definitely not my expertise.
Yeah, 'cause
when it
you
comes
got
to like the
manager
business side
and
of
all
things.
that stuff. Yeah.
When my manager found me, that was kind of like the game changer. That kind of, I mean,
So tell me going down that path a little bit.
yeah.
So some influencers
Yeah.
have managers, some of them don't.
Yes.
What made you decide to go down the manager route?
It was never a plan of mine. I just randomly, I think I had a couple videos go viral, and out of nowhere, I had like 10 managements reach out to me, and then I was having interview after interview, just figuring out which management I want to work with, and that's when I really started trying to figure out which brands I actually want to work with long term and whatnot. But I do. At least before I committed to a management, I was really just working with whatever brands I could work with.
Yeah.
Because again, I was providing
Right.
for my family, and I just wanted to learn as much as I could about brands and
So picking up on that, obviously at the size and scale you are, having a manager makes a ton of sense,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
To help you scale.
Yes.
Kind of a two-part question. The first is, through that assessment process, what were the things you were looking for and trying to identify who's the right fit for me as a manager that can represent me best?
Oh, yeah.
And then the follow-up is, what does that engagement look like as you assess kind of like what opportunities are out there? What does that relationship entail as far as what they bring back to you? Do they filter things beforehand or not? So anyway, we can dig into some of those nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
But
With the first question, I think it was whoever I resonated with the most, honestly. I think
almost a personal connection.
yes, 100%. I mean, this is someone that you're going to be talking to every single day for a long time. And so
some honesty and some integrity behind
it was,
them.
it was really important for me to work with someone that I connected with and related with. And yeah, my manager happened to be, and she's like one of my closest friends now, I feel like, because we just talk so often. So I definitely think that's so important. And I also wanted to sign with someone who believed in me.
Yeah.
And because I started...
Someone that could bring something to the table for you as well.
And because I signed with a management so early in my career, I felt like it was important for someone to have that belief in me, because I don't know if I fully... like had that.
Yeah, because it
belief in
came out of
myself
nowhere.
in the beginning.
Yeah, you wake up and you're like, I just had 6 million or 9 million people watch my video. You'd almost want to sit back and pause and think, was this a fluke or is this real?
Oh,
is this something I could monetize? And so just being able to have that confidence instilled to you from the management team, as a pretty big deal, because right then you're on the cusp of either succeeding or failing, like right off the bat.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and imposter syndrome is like real in the influencer world. I
So
mean,
we obviously have a significant amount of brands and retailers that are watching and learning about, the influencer side.
yeah.
What are some of the best agencies and the best way to find influencers if you're a retail brand or if you're a retail store?
Sorry, repeat that.
So what are some of the prominent agencies, marketing managers in the U.S. that you would be recommending that your firm, I
just
imagine,
managements that
managements that you're
I don't know too much about any of like the other managements and whatnot.
Yeah.
I really just know about mine.
So if you're a brand and they wanted to chat with you and get a hold of you, would they typically have to Google search your name and then the management firm, or do they just typically go directly to you through DMs? Or
I just have a personalized email that my manager just runs.
Really
and
cool.
that's on my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Oh, really cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and to that end, I mean, a lot of the brands I'm working with are trying to find that right partner, right? On the content creation side, like who can help be a face, because it's a two-way street, right? Like you also have your brand reputation on the line.
Oh yeah, for sure.
These other brands are like, we want to make sure we're partnering with the right face, the right representation of it going forward. So what does a healthy partnership look like for you? What are you looking for? And what's that process in selecting the brands that you end up ultimately partnering
You know what?
with?
I think it goes back to connection and connecting with that brand. I think I've had a lot of brand deals where I, initially like somewhat make a connection with the brand and I post for them once and then I never hear from them again. Maybe they didn't necessarily like how I promoted their business, or maybe they didn't feel like that passion from me. But I do feel like, it goes back to connection. I feel like the more you're connected with that brand or maybe the business owner, I feel like the more the influencer will be able to connect with their followers, because at least for me, even just going to influencer events and getting to even know the business owner, I've just naturally promoted for those businesses because I have a relationship with that business owner. And it goes back to like your followers. I think, at least for me, sometimes I don't even like, I'll buy something just because I love that influencer and I resonate with that influencer. And I think it's the same for the influencer and the brand.
So if you were to give recommendations for like a brand listening and that's health, beauty, wellness, or a brand that's focused on mother goods, would you recommend for your best ROI teaming up with a strong influencer that you had a series of we're going to do a 10, I don't know it's not the right terminology, but 10 episode content agreement.
Yes.
Rather than just like a hit and miss, like one, and then I disappear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think a long-term partnership should be the priority.
It's mutually
and that's where
beneficial
they
for
should,
both sides.
put their, or that's what they should really invest in, and not just like a one-time brand deal. Because I see that time and time again. And also, you can tell the difference between a one-time brand deal and something that the influencer is actually passionate about.
Yeah.
And
So you'd mentioned kind of that personal connection being important to the brand.
Yeah.
Are there other best practices that have worked really well for you and how they set you up for success, like providing you with like a packet or certain information, or is it that one-on-one engagement? What are the best practices that have really helped you engage with the brand and then be able to develop a deeper passion that you can
I think
convey?
packets are great. I think the thing that has helped me the most has been Zoom calls, and just actually seeing the maybe
Just
what am I
being
trying to say?
educated on it. And
just seeing them face to face, and then
that's right.
having a
Building
face
that
to it,
rapport
and
and
gaining an actual connection and relationship than like just following up on an email.
Yeah.
I think, and that way you're able to see like what value the product actually brings, because you can read about something, but when you actually hear it from someone, it just means way more.
So by the time we record this,
Yeah.
by the time it airs in a month or two,
Yeah.
your numbers are going to be bigger than they are today. Right now you have 1.2 million followers on
Yes.
TikTok, and then it seems like a few 100,000 on Instagram.
Yeah.
What are some of the better, if you could kind of differentiate between the two platforms for a lot of the, a lot of the generation that's watching this, they may have been in business before TikTok started blowing up, right? So what are some differentiating factors? TikTok is known for a younger demographic. It's shorter videos. Typically, you can go straight from, from a brand, their own page, and purchase straight from there. Instagram, it's almost like an easy autofill, so you can purchase super quickly.
Oh yeah. So
Lifestyle
convenient.
images, beautiful filters. What are some of the other differences, and what type of brand should be focusing on each of those different segments, or each of those two different companies and platforms? Are you a bigger, or how did you become bigger on TikTok than you did on Instagram so far?
You know what? I think it's because, and I think a reason why a lot of influencers have gained a bigger following on TikTok than Instagram is because there's a different feeling that TikTok brings.
Yeah.
For some reason, when I think of Instagram, or I think when a lot of people think of Instagram, they think of like their families there and friends from high school.
That's
and
right.
I feel like TikTok was like a fresh start for all of us to really like express ourselves authentically.
Oh, interesting.
And I do
different
think,
audience.
yes, and I do think trends also inspire that. I think there are a lot of dancing trends where like people just, everyone's dancing, so let's all dance. And I do feel like there's this different culture that TikTok brings, and I think that's why I've been able to bring more followers, or
You've been able to gain more followers.
yes, gain more followers on there, is because I've been able to be more authentically myself.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So a lot of it comes down to like the personality.
100%.
And
I think
that personality fits you more than Instagram.
I think
so far.
personality, authenticity, all of that is the most important thing when it comes to building your brand.
It's been pretty crazy. I was reading today, TikTok countersued the U.S. government in trying to halt the sale of. So right now, for those that are unfamiliar, TikTok's got till January to either sell some of its assets to a U.S. entity or not be found on the app stores anymore. Then Biden has until April that he could push it up. The general consensus is that it's going to get wrapped up into courts for a few years, and so nothing's going to happen anytime soon. But what is your overall take on the TikTok situation and kind of the U.S.'s position versus free market capitalism that says, okay, we're going to kind of allow whatever content no matter who owns it. What do you see happening over the next couple years on the legal battle side? Do you feel like it's going to end up getting purchased by a company like Google or somebody else? I know that they've kind of flirted with it, purchasing TikTok.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping someone buys it. I mean, that's my job and my career and the way that I provide for my kids and express myself. And I do feel like if TikTok ends, I might have to start from scratch and
pivoting back to Instagram.
Yes,
or
and try to
like
authentically be more myself on Instagram and other platforms.
It sounds the CEO of Google, when purchasing, said he compares TikTok more to like TV episodes than he does normal social media. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, I definitely think that TikTok has even been a competitor for Netflix and HULU and reality TV show because people are starting to resonate with influencers more than even reality TV stars and celebrities. It's a big deal.
It is.
And TikTok more than Instagram because, again, I do feel like TikTok is just different. I think there's just more authenticity and, people are just expressing themselves more freely on that platform.
Entertainment's moving to smaller and smaller screens, right? And
Yes.
Yeah, it really is.
you see that trend, and I don't think it's going to be changing anytime soon. I mean, my take on your question is, I think there's just so much money in the private equity world and elsewhere connected into ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, and everything else. I don't think an actual ban of just letting it like
Die.
die,
Yeah.
and then seeing other countries in Europe follow suit, afterwards. Like, I just can't envision that ever actually happening.
Yeah,
And
it seems
so
like it's gonna. It seems like it's gonna come to the middle, and there's gonna be some sort of
forced
a little
sale.
bit of a little bit of give on both sides.
That's right.
That's why I say it's like I can't imagine it just disappearing one day.
No.
There's too many.
There's too much.
There's too many interested parties, both on the government side on both directions, that it seems like it's either gonna battle itself out in court, or there's gonna be some sort of legislation where it's there's some meeting in the middle.
There's
I'd
just
imagine.
too much money involved too.
Yeah.
I mean, I know so many people, even micro influencers, who are now relying on TikTok as their full-time job and career. So
When does a micro influencer make more sense for a brand rather than a major influencer like yourself?
I definitely think
And is micro influencer, am I classifying it right when I say it's maybe 50,000 followers or less?
yes,
And when you
somewhere
start
along
getting
the
up to the
lines.
over the million, you're definitely not in the
Yes.
micro side anymore.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like what you're looking for and if that specific influencer is already using your product or not. Because
Yeah.
if you're doing a one-time brand deal or three, a brand deal for, I don't know, 3
Yeah.
videos or whatnot, it doesn't make sense to go with a micro influencer because maybe
Yeah.
they just simply don't have enough viewers.
That's right.
And so I do feel like, though, if that micro influencer is truly passionate about your product, I definitely think you're going to actually gain more.
When did,
How am I trying to explain
yeah,
this?
no. What does it make sense for a major influencer like yourself to white label and create their own brand?
Like, what do
I'm
I
sure,
think?
because I'm imagining that there's companies that approach you and say, hey, look, yeah, we have branded products, but I don't mind just selling Jennifer some of these products, having her label her own name on it, and she just sells them on her own. And realistically, that's how all these big brands begin, whether it's it's Jessica Simpson or whoever it is,
Yeah.
right? That's how they're not manufacturing and creating these products on their own. There's people coming to them and saying, hey, I don't mind giving you a little bit of a markup and you creating your own brand. When does it make sense for you to say, okay, I'm actually just going to push my own health, beauty, wellness products?
I think it depends.
I mean, it's a big commitment.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's-
depends on whether you're passionate or not.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of influencers that just start up businesses that they aren't really passionate about, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't really go anywhere. Even if you have the perfect setup and you have that launch party and you have great connections, if you're not truly passionate about it, people can see that.
Yeah.
And people don't want to buy if you're personally not
Yeah.
passionate about that. And so, at least for me, I've thought about starting a business, but and my husband, he's like so business oriented, like,
kind of running the numbers.
Yes. And he's like, you should totally do this with your following. Like, you should start something up now. We should start an app. And I'm just like, I know if I start something now and I'm truly not passionate about it, I don't even want to start because I want to give it my all. And I think that's so important.
You have
And
to be
that's
all
what
in.
makes you successful, right? Is
Yeah.
that you're personally passionate about it. That personal connection you have with your audience and your followers means a lot, right? And that makes sense, even more than the numbers do. I'm curious what you've seen or experienced in terms of, like, obviously TikTok launched TikTok shops.
Yes.
And that's been a game changer for people that are on there. Have you noticed with the brands that you're working with, those that haven't made the investment into standing up their own TikTok shop and being able to have that direct transaction right within the app versus not, what have you seen in kind of the conversion and things like that? Have you noticed a difference from your vantage point?
You know what? I haven't done too much of TikTok shop myself.
Just 'cause
or
you're
at
not on
least
the brand side.
Yes,
Yeah.
like I don't do a lot of like affiliate links. I do feel like if you work on that side of things, it's like your niche and that's
Right.
all you do. Like I have influencers where I go to their page and they're only selling things. They're not promoting like their life or like lifestyle. Maybe a little bit, but that's not really their niche.
Right.
More direct sales, it seems like.
Yeah, so I think it depends on that brand's niche as well as like the influencer. And
So
I definitely think if that brand is like a more personalized brand, I think it would be better to reach out to an influencer and have them talk about it. But if it's, you know, I don't know, like a convenient, quick product, I do think TikTok Shop
could be the best route to go. Tell me a little bit about collaborations. When it makes sense to collaborate with another influencer, and imagine there's it's kind of like that whole mentality of 1 + 1 = 3. There's extra synergy that could be involved, but it's also a little bit risky because now you're tied, for better or for worse, for their future and what they're doing on their own, and it it could potentially tarnish your brand. So I'm sure it's very tempting to do, but tell me, when does it make sense, and how well do you feel like you have to know another influencer before deciding to collaborate?
Collaborate with an influencer or a brand? Well,
either way, just whether you go on another, like right now, this isn't public knowledge, but you're going to be a reality TV star pretty soon.
Yeah.
And you're on there with other influencers.
Yes.
Right? It's kind of like the high tide raises all ship, right? Because you're kind of linked with each other. Whether or not you're individual, because your profiles are all different, right?
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden people are seeing you as kind of as a group.
For sure.
So when
100%.
does it kind of, what do you typically do in that situation? I imagine you're probably thinking, okay, it's kind of like almost in sports analogy, you're kind of, hiring out your own teammates, right? And you're like, these are the people I'm running with.
Right.
Because my name's going to be attached to that brand for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a very interesting conversation when you and your husband, just behind doors, you're probably talking about this, like, okay, can I trust X, Y, or Z? Where do I project they're going to be in the future and everything else? I'm sure that's just got to be an interesting dialogue of like who to team up with, long-term on content.
Oh, just like within that group. Yeah, 100%. I think,
So you have the. I know we can't talk about certain parts of this.
I'm trying to
but you're
work around it.
But you have a pretty substantial show that's coming out.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say what network it's on or not really?
No.
Okay, it's a very notable network.
It's a secret.
And it follows the lives of you and other very notable influencers.
Yes.
And now you just wrapped up filming.
Yes.
And it airs in a couple months. That's all that we kind of know right now.
Yes.
What was it like being just kind of available in front of those cameras all the time? And what was it like? Was this crazy?
It was definitely crazy. Part of me loved it and part of me hated it.
Yeah.
I think even now, just being done with all of it, I'm always just like, am I still mic'd up? Like, am I?
That's right. You always, you're going through like the drive-through, and you're like, oh, I don't know if am I still mic'd?
No, seriously.
Check my phone. So, was there a time in the morning that they would start, and then a time that they'd be done?
It was different every single day because there's so many of us, but for the most part, it was every single day.
So they maybe hop from one house to another house to another event to another event.
Yes, 100%.
But basically, you'd probably see them almost every day.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's insane.
I've become really close to everyone.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I'm sure anyone who watches the show is going to become super, or at least feel like they're super close to us because we really...
They see the whole thing.
Yes, we're really vulnerable and talk about a lot of things.
Yeah. How did this network find you?
Through my manager, actually.
No way.
Yeah, in fact, there were 3 of us who were added on later on, and 2 of the other girls were referred to the show by name, but I didn't know anyone, so I came on just like not knowing anyone.
No way.
Wow.
Yes.
So you've just barely gotten to know the other people in
a couple months before filming,
but still.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like they're like, okay, these are going to be your future best friends.
Yes.
Get to know each other. We're going to start
yes.
filming.
Yes.
Oh,
But
that's
I
crazy.
do think it's been a great experience, especially on the business side of things and with influencing, because, you know, if we ever, either of us ever start a business, we're all going to support each other. And I
Yeah.
think that's a great thing, because I think that's one of the hardest things with starting a business
Yeah.
is even having those connections. And
Are there some of these the influencers that you went on with where you're kind of surprised? You're like, wow, we get along better than I thought we would.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, seriously, honestly. In fact, yeah, before the show, I do think I had this perceived idea of everyone, and
Yeah.
no, I had no idea.
It's very different behind
Yes.
the scenes.
Yes, 100%.
Have you noticed a disconnect at all in terms of maybe persona or personality on social media versus how they actually are behind the scenes?
Oh, yeah. And I think people will see that with me as well.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, I've tried to, I knew if I was going to do this, I was going to give it my all and really be my most authentic self. And,
Right.
Yeah.
and that means showing, you know, not only like the great things about myself, but also like the negatives. And I'm actually excited about it, because I think that's how people resonate,
Yeah.
you know, with others, is through authenticity and seeing, you know.
You have to have a lot of self-discipline to just be like, oh, I'm not going to read any of the negative comments.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Because there's always going to be some jerk in the corner who's going to say something, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then the whole being disciplined enough to realize it's not you, it's literally happens to everybody,
Oh, yeah.
and be able to filter it out. Otherwise, it could probably jack you up and take up a ton of time.
Oh, for sure.
Worrying about every individual out there.
For sure.
And never- yeah.
But that's also why I think networks are now creating shows about influencers, is because that's who are like the new like celebrities or idols, because
That's
those
right.
are the people that are like, you know, that followers are resonating with.
That's right.
I think that's why, I mean, not that like people don't love celebrities, but I do feel like in a way people are turning away from like celebrities being their idols, and they're looking towards influencers because they're just more relatable.
Right.
Yeah, they are. They're like your neighbor.
Yeah, yeah.
So how many episodes did you just film?
I think, I don't know if
Or
I
do they
can talk
figure out
about this.
maybe they forget the episodes later? Maybe they do that in post production. They're like, okay, we're going to stop
No.
shooting them at X, Y, or
They
Z,
filmed
and-
a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'd imagine the network that picked you up probably had a definitive number of episodes, and
Yep.
now they're just trying to figure out where do they fit in each specific
Yeah,
episode.
I don't know if I can talk about this. I'll say it, and if I can't talk about it, then you might have to cut this
We
out.
will edit it.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's right.
But yeah, they actually filmed about 12 episodes worth of
Yeah.
footage,
Content.
and I think they're only able to use 8 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Where do
It's
you
crazy.
anticipate this doing to your following on TikTok once it airs? I'd imagine it's going to probably blow up even more so.
for sure. I
That's
think
crazy.
that's one of the main reasons why I even went on the show at first, because again, my priority is, just like all of us influencers, our priority is to build our brand, and I saw this as a great opportunity
Yeah.
for me to do that. So
Who are some other influencers within the state or the region? I mean, this whole season is Rocky Mountain region.
yeah.
A lot of our content comes out of Utah and Colorado and others. Who are some influencers that you would recommend to brands that you feel like are doing the right job, that you feel like these guys have a good moral background, they're going to be, they'll have the integrity to not screw us over as a brand, but also has a good following and feel like they're doing it right? Who are some influencers that you would recommend?
Let me think. There's a
There's a
ton of
lot.
influencers.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
I would definitely say,
They're going to love you for dropping their name.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of these influencer names, or influencers, I'm sure everybody knows, but a friend of mine, her name's Emily Kaiser. She's been a perfect example.
Emily Kaiser.
Yes.
Is she TikTok or Instagram?
She's both.
She does both.
But started with TikTok. In fact, we both started at the same time.
Okay.
And so.
But she's one that you would recommend.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
What type of products does she typically cover?
She does everything.
Really?
Yeah.
like fashion
but
apparel,
she
consumer
definitely
electronics.
pushes a lot of like she's been huge with affiliate links, and she's been
interesting.
very successful with affiliate links, but also has been good at combining the affiliate side of things and the brand collaborations and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely think she's been a great example.
Okay.
Any
others?
I'm trying to think.
And probably those that you went on the TV show with, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. All of them. All of them.
Who's on the season with you?
So it's me, Taylor, Frankie, Paul, Jesse.
Jesse, what's Jesse's last name?
I don't know how to say her last name. It's a hard last name.
Yeah.
So I just.
No, you're good. You're good.
Demi, Layla, Michaela. Who am I missing? All of them. I mean, truly.
A lot of the main top ones in the state, seems like.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I figured I didn't have to mention their name because everyone knows who they are,
Yeah.
and they are. There's a reason why everyone follows them.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done a great job.
That's really cool.
But yeah, especially they've been inspiring in their own ways. Like Jessie, for an example, just has her own business, so she doesn't need to promote other business. So she sees the other end of things, being
interesting.
an influencer. Macy just started her business, and so that's been a great thing.
Oh, yeah, I know Macy.
And then, yeah, Michaela, I would say she has the exact same niche as me, and we actually talk back and forth about brand deals that we both get.
Is Macy is it Baby Mama? Is that the brand
Yes,
that she
Baby
has?
Mama.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Oh, good. So she's launching her own brand.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to get around to doing it. We're gonna have to push some products. And
Yes.
you have to decide which one's the best for you.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Well, it's super cool having you on, and really appreciate your time. And honestly, it's really good information for a lot of the brands and the buyers when they're trying to figure out. Because I mean, it's a whole different world for them, right?
100%.
They're not as knowledgeable on TikTok and Instagram and other platforms, but they see the ROI that
Yes.
and I'm sure you've seen it. And the reality is there's probably a lot of brands that don't. I'm sure some of them do tell you, but I imagine some don't tell you about the revenue that they're producing. And they could probably be moving a very significant amount of goods off of one of your posts, but they're probably a little bit. They may not want to tell you because it might change your rate, right?
Oh,
Kind of a thing.
yes. Oh,
Are any of
yes.
them pretty open with you about how much goods they can typically push, or the ROI that they try to project when signing up with you?
It's typically something that we don't. I feel like it with numbers we try to keep it to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know.
But I'm sure that you do a significant job for a lot of the brands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's definitely growing. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
both at the companies I was at previously and the companies I'm working with now as clients, it's becoming a really important strategic priority to move spend towards the content creators, and they're seeing better return on advertising spend
Yeah.
in that area than just the direct marketing that they were doing before.
Yeah.
Some of that's just algorithmic changes that have happened on a lot of these platforms,
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
they're shifting that in the direction of content creation, and brands that follow that closely, which most of them do because it's their advertising dollars, they're recognizing we've got to invest here. And so they're spinning up teams and departments that are focused more in this area. I only see it continuing to grow over the next several years.
I 100% agree. I'm going to ask one more light-hearted question before we kind of wrap up. Favorite TV show or a show that you're watching now, Netflix or other? Why don't you start with us, Steve?
For me, man, I'm going back in time, rewatching Modern Family.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just a classic for me.
That's a good one.
Love
It's your
it.
go-to.
Kind of a guilty pleasure, right? Like just
Yes.
in the evening, need to relax, just need to laugh. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great one.
Everybody says I'm Sarah Hyland's twin.
Oh, yeah.
That is literally I get that every single day. I'm trying to think.
I can see it.
I'm trying to think.
What are you binging on?
Probably-
TikTok. She's not watching TV
I-
shows,
She's
man.
making her own.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly.
I'll be honest. I've never been big on reality TV.
Really?
Yeah.
How about movies? Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I would say. Oh my gosh, people probably don't know this movie, but it's a beautiful life.
Yeah.
Or Life is Beautiful.
Life is Beautiful, yeah.
I love the classics. I'm not into
Is
like
that the World War II one?
yes.
Like, that was a beautiful
Yes,
one. Yeah.
that changed my life.
It was hard.
I love the movies that just changed my life.
That was
Deep. I like that.
yes.
yeah. I don't remember the guy's name. Buttacini or something like that.
Yes.
Just a beautiful movie.
Yeah, you'd think I'd like reality TV, but no, I'm a TikTok girly.
Yeah. Well, you're awesome. Well, thank you both for coming on, and hopefully we can see more of you here, Steve, and super appreciate you coming on here, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Wish you the best of luck, and we're looking forward to the TV show and the
Yes.
series coming out.
Tune in.
Okay, we'll do it. Take care.
In the fast-paced world of retail, technology can be a transformative force, reshaping the way businesses operate and consumers shop. Is your retail organization leveraging technology to its top capabilities? Evolving your technology capabilities can help enhance visibility into your business, decrease risk of increasing cybersecurity incidents, accelerate productivity with artificial intelligence, and more. Deeply immersed in the consumer products industry, Baker Tilly professionals bring customized solutions that can help you find the right technology fit. Visit bakertilly.com to learn more.